Good day, gentle people, it's your favorite Mr.42. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna debunk the 4 latest videos from Level Earth Observer.
Captain, incoming message.
Main viewer. Okay, today we're gonna debunk the 5 latest videos from Level Earth Observer. I wasn't quite sure where to start, so let's make it easy. Let's start with the oldest to the newest. Here's the first one.
Today a bicycle wheel is going to debunk the moon landing.
Spoilers, it's not.
This is NASA's own claims, their own footage from the 70s, fresh off the back of the moon landing success, supposedly, and of course these claims were made assuming the moon landing was real.
The images you are about to see have nothing to do with the moon landing.
All these years later, the wheel of truth batters the moon landing.
It really doesn't.
This is Taurus, the concept that has evolved from the work of these teams of scientists and engineers. They believe the huge space colony could be built before the year 2000.
They were probably right, it could have been, technically. Economically not so much, but then again, they were engineers and scientists.
So 20 odd years ago, we should supposedly have been living on bicycle wheel space colonies in space.
Leo, it's a concept. A concept. Look it up in the dictionary.
These claims are made off the back of NASA's moon landing, and all they do now, when we look back, is highlight how absurd the moon landing really is.
Dear, oh dear, Leo. The concept of a rotating wheel space station has nothing to do with the moon landing, and I can prove this. The space station was originally proposed by Konstantin Tsiolkovsky in 1903, and the idea was expanded by Hermann Potočnik in 1929. In 1952, Werner von Braun had his own version of this concept. That's long before the moon landing. So that's one down where Leo completely fails to prove anything. Let's go to the second video.
The Atlas V rocket is NASA's workhorse rocket and is responsible, supposedly, for getting the Martian helicopter and rover onto the surface of Mars.
That's quite an achievement, isn't it? Beautiful.
Oh, here we are. Launch site and the rocket. Atlas V rocket here. Launch site Cape Canaveral. So the Atlas V rocket is the historical rocket that has supposedly put this incredible bit of kit, the rover and the helicopter, on the surface of Mars. So let's have a look at this incredible workhorse in action, deploying a satellite. Bear with me.
Oh nice, more action video. I'm so excited about that.
This is an Atlas V launch. Just going to speed it up, get to the juicy bit. And we come to here. This supposed satellite launch from the Atlas V rocket. I'll play it slowly. Play at normal speed. I'm not going to say anything. See if you can spot it, and then we'll come back, highlight the problem, and play it in all its slow motion glory. So let's have a look.
And we have indication of spacecraft separation.
Except for the flawless execution, there's nothing to see there, Leo.
Did you see it? Let's come back. Slow it down. Now, see if you can spot it. This is a satellite being released in space. Get ready. Look at the left here. Left corner of the supposed satellite. It's got a cable hanging off it.
No, it doesn't.
See it?
No, and nobody will, because there is no cable. You might interpret it as a cable, but there is really no cable. That is lens flare from the reflected surface down here.
Look here. The cable is travelling with the supposed satellite.
Ah, thanks, that actually proves my point. It would be physically impossible for a cable to move that way. You know why? There's a rocket in the way.
So this is a still shot of the release. And rightly so. Oh dear. Why, oh why, have we got a hanging cable?
You can repeat it as many times as you want. That still doesn't make the cable any more real.
Attached to a supposed satellite that's supposed to be released into space. You wouldn't be faking these satellite releases by any chance, would ya?
Why would we want to fake satellites? Those things are up there and we use them on a daily basis. Even you, without realizing it.
Who would have thought? Clearly ridiculous. You wouldn't need cables attached to a satellite in heliocentric space. This is a bit of a bad day for NASA, a bit of a bad day for the Mars Perseverance, and a very bad day for the globe.
The bad day is for you, because now we're 2 for 2. And that rhymes. Let's go to the third video.
What's the so-called benefits of space exploration?
Improving healthcare, apparently, protecting our planet and our environment, creating scientific and technical jobs, improving our day-to-day lives, enhancing safety on Earth, making scientific discoveries, sparking youth's interest in science, cooperating with other countries around the world. Okay, there's some of the so-called benefits from space.
I particularly like this one, improving our day-to-day lives. Bear with me.
So this is why I'm confused. If space exploration is about improving our day-to-day lives, and of course NASA, I'm talking about the main pantomime players here, gets 63 million a day now with their new increase in budget for 2021. So NASA gets $63 million a day, and of course one of the big points is supposedly improving our day-to-day lives.
Which I find it bizarre that when I look at America, the home of NASA, and I look at the poverty rate, it would seem it's exactly the opposite. And the reason why so many are suffering, it would seem, is because of space.
Now that is a claim you're gonna have to prove. What do you have?
Look at the poverty rate in America right now. 13.7%. That converts, believe it or not, to 46 million Americans on the poverty line right now. Close to being homeless. Add to that over 500,000 Americans currently living on the street homeless. So you've got 46 million suffering on the poverty line. You've got over 500,000 in incredible hardship on the streets. And yet space at 63 million a day for NASA's budget is supposed to improve our day-to-day lives. So how does that work out?
Those numbers are devastating, of course. It's a terrible situation. However, if you follow your own advice, then every American on the poverty line would get just over $1 a day. That's not gonna do anything for them. That's not helping.
If you can't even sort out your own country and your own people. NASA, you've got 46 million Americans on the breadline. You've got over 500,000 people homeless. So how does space help these people? It doesn't.
Many of those people are using technology on a daily basis. For example, mobile communication, internet, you name it. Those technologies were developed with help from the space industry, so yes, NASA is helping such people getting out of poverty. Maybe not directly, but indirectly for sure.
It's quite the opposite. The money you're spending on space, which supposedly is improving our day-to-day lives, is actually making people, Americans' lives, miserable and worse.
That's just a flat-out lie, pun intended.
CGI, rocket launches, airfix models, space pantomime, hairspray fucking fetishes. It's just ridiculous.
Hi, I'm LimeyPlay, and apologies for interrupting this transmission. Mr.42 and I are having a friendly battle to see who can reach 1,000 subs first. He is smashing it at the moment at 480 or so, and I'm at a measly 310. So, if you could check out my channel, please subscribe to that. You will find a link in the description, also a link to Flirspective, aka Ranty's little community post, you know, just seeing who you guys prefer out of the two of us, or if you prefer both. Both is the correct answer. Also, just to let you know, we will be doing a live stream on Saturday the 19th of June, 3 days after my birthday and the day before Mr. 42's birthday. If we could reach 1,000 subs each before that day or during that live stream, that would be incredibly amazing, and I couldn't think of a better present for either of us. So you know what to do. You have your missions. Thank you ever so much. And now back to Mr. 42.
6 million on the breadline, over 500,000 living on the streets. Have a word with yourself, NASA. This has got beyond a joke.
Well, that was quite a rant. Leo, get a word with yourself, because you seem very confused about reality. For every $1 the federal government spends on NASA, it spends $98 on social programs. You propose to increase that by less than 1% and hold space progress to a standstill. Clearly ridiculous. That's 3 for 3. Let's pay a little visit to the space shuttle.
An absolute legend from back in the day. I got various clips for you, all of which highlight the absurdity of this space pantomime. First up, we get a toy model International Space Station rise up behind the space shuttle. Even the astronaut narrating this has a chuckle at the end of his sentence, and I don't blame him. Listen for his chuckle and pay particular attention to the lovely model that rises up here behind the space shuttle. Let's have a look.
See the space station starting to come up along the sides, and you'll be able to tell he did such a great job flying it. You can't even see the center of the station in the view there. It's right up the center of the tail.
Cheeky rascal.
What? That's it? That's your evidence? No, mate. You have to come up with something better.
Next up, we've got a car battery satellite and 2 space mannequins.
For its motion, for its speed, for its direction, for the modes, getting ready to make the capture. Now, I have to remind everybody.
I need to remind you, my dear man, that footage is shocking, has aged terribly. The satellite looks like a car battery, and the 2 so-called astronauts just look like mannequins.
It doesn't matter what it looks like, Leo. Those things are not made to aesthetically please you.
And now the infamous Airfix space shuttle docked to an international space station that's been made out of empty bog rolls wrapped in tin foil, mosaic tiles and party straws. So let's have a look. Some of the most obvious footage of a model I think there is out there. Believe it or not, there's a few online that try to defend this.
Oh, he's talking about me and others, but me as well.
Admittedly, they're obsessed with this channel. Was it something I said, lads?
It's absolutely something you say. Or better said, almost everything you say. It's so stupid, it makes a good source for a video.
Bless them. I love that footage. I never tire of looking at that footage and showing that footage to people in the real world who all laugh at it. It's only a couple of individuals online that somehow feel they can justify trying to defend that. Dear oh dear.
Again, zero evidence given, only your limited understanding of things.
And who better to finish off than the top boy himself, the Jetpack Man. Filmed from the space shuttle as they're both hurtling round ball Earth at 17,000 miles an hour. So let's have a look.
For the first time in history, a man was flying in space, alone and untethered, in full control of his movements, traveling over 17,000 miles an hour, 150 miles above the Earth.
We sure have a nice flying machine here.
Roger, it's a great team effort.
What better way to finish than the top boy himself hurtling around the ball at 17,500 miles an hour.
Oh, what a surprise. Zero evidence given, just point and laugh. You didn't prove anything. Again. So, that's 4 out of 4. Let's see what he has in the last video.
Today I'm going to apply the same template that I did the other day to aeroplanes, but this time to a record-breaking high-altitude jump.
He's not lying. He's gonna do the exact same stupid as in the other video.
We got Felix's Red Bull high-altitude jump. 2 things of interest. Top left, the stats regarding his height, 127,520 feet. And of course, the horizon, which is risen right up to camera eye level.
No, Leo. The horizon is about 7 degrees below eye level. The camera is pointed towards the horizon to have it somewhat in the middle of the view.
Those 2 things are very revealing in itself, and it's only going to get worse now.
It is revealing how much you are willing to lie to get an audience. As before, Leo is using 2 different calculators to get a number that is twice the observer height. he still doesn't understand that you can just double the observer height to get to the same result. Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
So now we've got our figures here. Point A, point B shown here on the globe, showing the curve drop between the 2 points is 127,661 feet, according to the globe. We've also got the balloon height here, 127,520 feet that Felix is sat in. And of course we've got the direction Felix is looking, the arrow, seeing the horizon.
Leo, the way that you present it, it looks ridiculous indeed. I'll admit that. However, there's two problems with your picture. First of all, the arrow does not indicate where the camera is pointed at, because it's pointed downwards. Second of all, your picture is absolutely not to scale. Let me fix that second one for you. Now you can see how the picture actually matches reality.
But the bizarre thing is here, according to the globe, when we add the balloon height up, plus the amount of curvature between the 2 points of reference, it essentially is doubled. The horizon that Felix is seeing from his balloon that is at camera height, according to the globe map, that horizon should be 255,181 feet below Felix's eye level, or the camera level. That's 48 miles below camera level. Think about that.
I thought about it. The picture is correct and we live on a globe. For the next few minutes, Leo goes on and on, comparing random stuff and using some big numbers, only to show his ignorance and misunderstanding of things. So I will spare you that. I was going to compare Leo to a monkey, but that wouldn't be fair to the monkeys. Until I found this video.
George, you got a gift. What's in there? Ooh, there's a bag. What is it? What? Is that a little globe? A star lamp? You want my help? There we go. Whoa. Let's get it out. Whoa. Look at this globe. Is that the instructions? You gotta plug it in, George. You got it. Oh, no. Good job, George. Look at clothes. That's so cool. It's glowing.
That video made it very clear that the monkey has an unfair advantage over Leo in intelligence. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And join me on Discord to get in touch with me. Link is in the description. This has been Mr.42, out. Don't panic.